Hey, good morning. Ryan here. I'm back from Edmonton and up early here to do my push-ups for the 40 challenge. If you don't know what that is, check out some of our earlier videos. Today, I wanted to talk about values. It's come up a lot in my life, especially in the last 10 years, I'll say. And it's a big part of essentialism. What I shared yesterday is really getting clear on what we value. And once we get clear on that, it's a lot easier to make decisions. Because basically our values is, what we value, what we deem as important in life. And therefore, once we know that, it's much easier to decide where to spend our time, who to spend our time with, where we should put our energy, our money. You know, if you think of value investing, it's also values investing in terms of making sure that we not only, invest in companies that are valuable and we get good value when we invest in them. Like Warren Buffett likes to make sure he invests in companies when their share price is on sale. It's also important to invest with our values. So put our money into things that we want to see more of in this world. There's definitely things that I won't invest in just based on my values, and there's definitely things I will invest in because I want to see more of what they do in this world. I believe in what they believe. And so there's many ways that values can be done and how important they can be. Like if I think of companies, this was one of the most important exercises Dario and I did at Flow Motion was we read through the book Traction. That was a really good book, and we implemented their system EOS, the Entrepreneurial Operating System. We put that into our business with the help of our coach. And the essential first step is values, determining your core company values. And not just ones that sound good to stick up on the wall and have your employees read. I mean, that's not what this is about. This is like core values. Again, what's at the core of the company? What do you believe as a company? What do you stand for? Who are you as a company? And that is the heart. I have a diagram I can share just on all the components of coming up with your company's strategy and execution plan. And at the very heart of it is your core values, your company values. So I recommend that book, Traction and EOS, a phenomenal system. Just not having to figure out how to put that kind of strategical system in place. You can just use their framework, which can save a ton of time and effort. And they also had a really good way for coming up with your core values from the inside out. And largely it's going to stem from the founders of the company and their own personal values. And once we had those, it was the total game changer. It really helped us see who in our company was a good fit and why. And then we realized there were several people that they weren't a good fit, and we could understand, that's why, it just was misalignment of values. Not that there's anything wrong with them, it was just different values. So we did let go of several people after we did this exercise because we just realized it was not a good fit, and it was good for them too. They were released to go find companies that did have, more of their values. So, and from that, we ended up making sure that we hired with those values, we partnered with those values, and it just made life a whole lot easier in terms of getting people on the team that were just far more cohesive with everyone else and really good partnerships. So yes, company core values, super important to help with decision making, to help with partnering, and I'll say just even with relationships in general. Once you know your own values, it's much easier to then find friends, partners, relationships with people that also share those values that, in my opinion, will create much deeper connections and lifelong relationships. And then just, I can share here, I'm just looking at my notes. One of the, my wife and I did our core values as a family as well. And we've done that actually recently. We might have done it in the past, but we redid this coming into this year, and that was a really powerful exercise as well. And in reading the 5 principles of parenting, there's a really great exercise in there. I just refound reading my notes that we haven't done as an entire family that I look forward to doing. And that is get the 5 core values of everyone in your family, and then have a family meeting and co-create your core values as a family together. Putting all 5 to, you're going to have some overlap there, and you might have to, work with some wording, and just that would be a great exercise I look forward to. I have done my own personal core values several times. I found this on my phone from 2018, so almost 6 years ago. So I thought I'd share my own personal core values. They might be slightly different redoing them today, but it's interesting to see how similar they are to what I believe in, who I am, and what I stand for now, 6 years later. So my number one is quality time with my family and loved ones. And it doesn't have to be quantity, but certainly quality, which equals presence, is what I wrote here. Number two is seeing and bringing out the greatness in others. I like to have an identity of like Professor Xavier, and really helping people discover their zones of genius. That's from The Big Leap, one of my favorite books. Number three, creating new experiences. So this could be travel, this could be adventure. I mean, this can be anything local as well. Like just creating those new experiences. And for me, that's, if it's a really emotional, amazing experience, that's going to create lifelong memories, not just for you, but for those involved that you're creating this for. So adventure is number three. Number four, health and healing, helping discover what optimal health and vitality is for me and doing the same for others. I mean, that's why I'm doing this 40 for 40. That's why I've been a big proponent of Outlive. I love that book. Most of it, I don't like necessarily the sections on experimental drugs. Again, that's not in my value system, but just in terms of practical knowledge and practical advice, in terms of creating a program that I think is going to help me, be 60 when I'm 80 and take my grandkids skiing. That's the program I love. So that's been very, very similar today as it was 6 years ago. Number five, solving important problems efficiently using technology, creating systems of scale. Well, that's also very relevant today. So this process, I'm pretty sure I did with my coach, Coach Kevin. He helped me go through this and really uncover my own personal values. And I believe they're deep within all of us. I know Tony Robbins, I've gone through multiple exercises with him at Date with Destiny. He also does he does a great exercise where, and I did this with Kevin too, if your values aren't what you want them to be, sometimes we've hard-coded these values or had them programmed into us over time, from our parents, from our family, from our religion, our culture, our society, our employers. I mean, you name it. There's a lot of strong outside forces that your values might not be what you really want them to be, but they are sometimes influencing how you show up. So there can be a really great exercise in terms of how you can reorganize them and actually rewire them in your neurology so that you show up more of who you want to be in this world. So that's a big part of NLP, basis of Tony Robbins' work, and that's what my master coach Kevin's been really helpful working on with me over the past 10 years, is helping me rewire and reprogram myself to who I really am. So that's a lot more than I thought that I would share on values. I hope this is valuable for you. And please leave me a comment in terms of what you did find valuable. Let me know what you didn't, and how I can be of greater service next time, because I'm going to post one tomorrow. So have an awesome day. I guess I should do my push-ups here. 40 for 40. This is day 122. Gonna do these. I'll speed them up so you don't have to watch all of them, but here we go. All right, guys, have an awesome day. Thanks for watching.